Welcome to Verbal Peak Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people, man. This is another episode. I got my partner Christnu in the building. What's up, Christnu?
Man, what's going on, brother Cole Black, man? How you feeling, man?
Man, it's all good. Look, in particular, this subject we're talking about, man, I had to have him on because, with his knowledge and wisdoms and vision of life, we want to get into the power of truth, and the reason being is because during the time of slavery or our captivity or in bondage by the Europeans, truth wasn't a tool that was readily available for us as a people. And it was, and y'all got to excuse me, I'm eating, but we going through it, man. We at home. Imagine that we sitting at the dinner table, man. We conversing, man. So that's what that is. But truth is powerful, but that was a tool that they wouldn't give to us because they didn't want to give us power. And so nowadays, when you go back and you do your due diligent research and you find out the power of truth and you find out things that were hidden, and you try to relay that truth back to, let's say, blacks who have a slave mind, and then whites who don't want the truth out because it shines a light upon them or it shines a light upon what they've hidden from us, it becomes a problem. But I'm saying that it shouldn't be a problem because truth rises to the top just like cream. So you can't suppress it. As it said, what's done in the dark will be shown in the light. It'll come to the light. So the purpose of truth is not just as an individual, but it's the basis in which we stand upon if we want to advance or forward our march into civilization in future times. So, question for my partner is why, or not really why, but in a sense of the struggle and the work that has to be done to give a people a truth that has been denied truth. Why isn't the truth easily accepted? Why you have to fight to get over what should be naturally a desire to want to know?
Because of programming, repetition, symbology, and traumatic and dramatic experiences. Mm-hmm. And so when it comes to anything penetrating, getting past, obliterating the conscious mind and penetrating to the subconscious, which the body follows, it's that much more difficult because of how, being bombarded with, things that are going that have been bypassed the conscious mind and are imprinted in the subconscious. And that's what, for people who are, looking to influence, to have influence, let's say, on someone else, that's what they're dealing with.
Okay. And the reason being is the fact that we did a personal story. What happened to me on a personal note. I got to researching that the two Jesuses that were on the cross. You had Jesus the Messiah, you had Jesus Barabbas, which means Jesus Barabbas or Bar Abba, which stands for Jesus, Son of the Father. And people was like, why are you bringing that information? Well, I'm like, well, truth is truth. What's the problem with what is the problem with the truth? Is it shattering is it saying that you pulling me away from what the slave master taught me and I want to stay up under his good graces? Well, I don't want the truth. I don't want to know the truth. I want to continue believing blindly until the slave master tell me it's okay for me to research certain truths. Right. That doesn't make any sense to me because God don't make two snowflakes the same.
Right.
We're individuals on a quest or a journey in what we call this life to master ourselves, and it takes truth truth to master who you are, because it's directions, it's instructions. You gotta know what you're doing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So why? And it's like they would take the truth as an enemy when the truth, or can you say, or do you think that some have been beaten down to where they can't handle the truth? Like they say, you don't want the truth, you can't handle the truth. Is that true, that the truth will crush them? It's too much for them when we was created on truth?
Is it? Well, first thing that comes to mind is just the way, because this is, it's the last ride.
Right.
It's the last ride. So, the way that it's gonna play out, one thing for sure, it's interesting, and it's gonna be interesting. And so in terms of, there being a shift in how the reality looks, it starts with self.
Right.
And what I learned from studying the relative realm or the ancestral realm is that this concept of family and loved ones is, when you tap in on, the esoteric side, you'll tap in, through, your altars and, through what you do with your, your magic and what have you. And then on the I think it's called the exoteric or the service level or the the physical side of it, you have these concepts that exist, that we created, that we call our family and our loved ones. Mm-hmm. And so it starts there, from inside the temple and expanding outwardly. And so in terms of influence, that's where the influence is at. That's the only, for me, is like that's where the impact is made. It's made starting from the nucleus, from the center, like they call it number 13, or that Christ symbol in the middle, going around that, the 12 disciples, or the 12 zodiac, or the 12 hours on the time concept. Starts from the core, inside the temple, inside the home, and expands outwardly. In terms of impact and influence on this reality.
Now, for those, give them the metaphysics beginners. Esoteric and exoteric. Esoteric.
Yeah, esoteric, beneath the surface. It's like going, you go inside of the soil, and it's dark, and it's like midnight in there. That's subconscious mind. That's the black color frequency. Then exoteric, above, if I'm saying that correctly, that is above the surface. So when you see the layer of dirt on the ground, and that's your left brain, that's what they call the mundane surface level, physical realm. The white color frequency will represent above the surface, so that'd be exoteric. Like an exoskeleton is on the outside, and the esoteric is on the inside.
Look, for those of y'all, I'm eating. Look, for those of y'all, you got
good too.
Y'all got, this is basic learning. You got to get this info. That's why we breaking it down so you can follow. You can follow the direction we hit, or you can follow the direction that the universe is spinning. Or you can be in tune with the universe. Okay? Now, back on truth. With truth, everything was created on truth. Well, mathematics, science, in a sense. So that means that knowledge is power. And people knew that, and they know that knowledge is power. So it's a game. It's like keep away. You know what I mean? Your inner self desires the knowledge, but you got somebody that's on the outside of you that's telling you or trying to keep you away from the knowledge because it wouldn't benefit them. So now you have to come up with not being afraid. Now, and when you're not afraid, it allows you to go further. Because the only thing that to fear is fear itself, because there is no fear.
Right.
And so you have to shake it off, or like they say, shake them hands off, and go get your knowledge. And then that way you can be whole, because you have to justify nowadays. You have to justify your existence on this planet, since we moving into math and science. And if you don't add up, and then the universe will say, well, what's the use? You here to do what? You know, whether it's now, and you're right. Now, people are right. Whether it's meaning there's no in between. If what they quote unquote say that this is a negative, but negative has its uses, its purpose. Whether quote unquote they say it's positive, positive has its uses and its purpose, but it's a function, so we active. But if you're not active and you're not gathering knowledge on whatever sphere or direction you choose to go down with this knowledge, you are going in a direction. Because you will act and as Elijah Muhammad say, you will reflect physically the knowledge that you gain. It'll change your look as you get to reading and studying, and because you become a new person. And so the reason why I'm saying this again is I'm back doing it at the friend challenge on Facebook, right? And the reason I'm saying this is that because I know so many people to where I wouldn't have, and I don't trust Facebook, but I know so many people that it'll be days, man, for me to call out friends. So the best thing I can do as a friend is get a truth of what I done researched and shoot it out there, and then have guests such as Christnu on the show to share and give truth also, so that people can know that when we come in and I'm dealing with a friend, I will bring somebody to the table that's trustworthy, that ain't trying to scam you or whatever. They just being a friend too, and they dropping info. Then more folk come on and get info and drop knowledge, and more folk drop knowledge, and that's what friends do. You know what I mean? Then friends we do business. Or it's like Neely Fuller say, either we coming together to do something constructive or non-constructive, but ain't no in between. You know what I mean? So if we dealing with each other, best believe we building up on something to get from point A to B, or to make point B better than what point A was, so it don't be stagnated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, truth is what's up, and truth is April 29th. Y'all come check Low Key out. CDM Boxing in Greenspoint Mall, 5 to 9:30. The local boxers, professionals out of H-Town, finna throw down no headgear. It's going on, man. It's something that Houston got a long history from Muhammad Ali to my partner, man, tip of my tongue. Tyson bit Evander Holyfield. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Jack Johnson was right down the street in Galveston, and he created the wrench. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I mean? H-Town, we got to bring it back. Don't nothing happen, and ain't nothing popping in America unless it's coming out of H-Town.
Man, talk about it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Believe me. So before we get out of here, man, anything you want to add?
Hey, man, screws the movement, man. We here, man, you know, on this knowledge, wisdom, understanding. We ain't tripping, you know, keeping it, you know, keeping it simple, man.
No, that's what's up. Yeah. But, yo, I'm going to finish my food. Hey.